This conference will now be recorded.
Can you see?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
anyone see Prachi's screen?
Okay, I think I just started it.
Okay, just give me a moment. No, not yet. Yeah, I can see it now. Others,
Okay,
all of you can
so
see
yes,
the
we can see.
screen.
Yes.
Okay, right. All right. Yeah.
So the assignment was
All right.
basically going through the flow chart and to determine why each of the person uses the system
Mm-hmm.
in process of the HR recruitment process. So
Mm-hmm.
according to me, it's project manager. I mean, I've divided it into project manager, human resource, the employees of the company, the internal employees, the recruiting agency, and the external candidates who apply for the job. So the project
Okay.
manager uses the system, as you told, firstly to create a proposal for new hire and submit it to the system so that once he submits it, it's available. It goes to all the HRs and they will be able to access it. And I was not sure if I had to do it stepwise. I've just, I mean, all for whatever the project manager uses, I've done it in one section and so that's okay, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, that
okay.
is what I want. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So next, the project manager uses to view the profile of the candidates shortlisted by the HR and go through it and the HR does screen the candidates and then send it to the project manager. But after he sends it to the project manager use it to go through it and then do he assigns the shortlisted candidates to the interview team to
Mm-hmm.
provide feedback, screening interviews,
Mm-hmm.
and to enter final feedback, whether if the particular candidate is accepted or rejected. The human
Yes.
resource uses it to
Mm-hmm.
access the proposal submitted by the project manager, then
Mm-hmm.
to then also to post the job internally into the internal
Mm-hmm.
job posting so that the employees
Mm-hmm.
who are within the organization can go ahead and look into that. So after the internal employees submit the resume looking at the job and whoever is suitable to check the profiles posted by the internal employees and then compare the
Mm-hmm.
proposal which the project manager has submitted and the resume of the internal candidate submitted or whoever, I mean, if those are external candidates or someone who was referred, side by side to check if the candidate is suitable, so that is to check the suitability of the candidate and then to check into the database of the company, I mean, which is already in the system, that if there is a suitable employee depending, not employee, I'm sorry, if there's a suitable candidate depending on the skill set provided by the project manager, then again to compare the profiles in the database and if see if there is any match requirement, to post the job externally to the recruiting agencies to inform that this is the profile and skill set we are looking at, to check the suitability of external candidates, comparing it to the profile, to enter screening feedback about a candidate regarding the communication feedback and technology feedback. I mean, whatever the rounds happen, like see if there's a personal interview round and the technology interview round, then to feed in the feedback about regarding a particular candidate, saying that how the to rate a candidate, draft offer letter, release the offer, And yeah, the internal employees use it to browse through the profile and then upload the profile. The recruiting agencies
Mm-hmm.
use a temporary login in order to access the job ID and upload the profile of suitable candidates. And this
Mm-hmm.
applies to the candidates, external candidates, and internal candidates too. Whoever is selected, maybe to upload the personal information and the documents. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything.
Yeah. Right, right. So you almost covered all the stakeholders except based on that
Except,
access it. Yeah.
sorry, your
So
voice is breaking. Can you
except
repeat it?
hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. I can hear you
Am
now.
I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So except a few stakeholders, let me complete the review for the others. Then we will talk about
Mm-hmm.
it. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stop
Thanks.
sharing.
Thanks,
Okay.
Prati. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who would like to go next? Anuja, would you like to share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Uh,
Okay. I'm making you presenter. I made you presenter, Anuja.
um, can you all see my screen?
Yes. Yes. I could.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'm not feeling well, so I can do the presentation today. Like,
Yeah. No, don't worry. So I will read through the things and yeah. So you just keep your screen open. Just that. Okay. So
yeah,
I'll
sure.
read through the things too. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thank.
when we talk about the stakeholders, like we have the project manager, HR, and the department heads, the internal employees, the external candidates, onboarded employees. Okay, right. So when we talk about the project manager, they would be using the system. The purpose of using the system is to create the proposal form and submit. For communication with her, for the approval process, okay, the approval process, okay, the communication with the HR, okay,
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
yeah, so,
For the project manager, I just did that as a common procedure, like communication with HR. I don't know
mhm.
sure. I'm not sure about that because for HR, I did the specific.
Okay,
Um,
let me go through the HR thing. Then after all these things, so we will talk about it. Okay.
okay.
So for communication with the project manager, employees, other departments to classify the job based on the technology and responsibility to post the job internally. The third one is the right one to post the job internally and to collect the data from the internal employees and compare the data with the PM's proposal. So this has to be like slightly modified. The fourth one has to be slightly modified. So
Okay.
collect the data. It's not the data. It is basically the profiles of the candidate. So as Prachi mentioned, the HR should be able to compare the profiles of the internal employees comparing with the PM's proposal form. So that means that side by side, they should be able to compare the profiles of the employees with the proposal form.
Okay.
To collect the data from the database, yes, and compare with data with P. It is not necessary to compare the data with the PM's proposal every time. There are
Okay.
three different options maybe, but every time you are doing the same, you are
Yeah.
comparing the proposal side by side with the proposal form, whether it is internal employee, the profile which is there in the database, or maybe the candidate who is external to the organization. In all three cases you are doing the same, like you are side by side comparing the profile with the proposal form. So that's what you are doing. So that's where you don't need to mention it separately, because in any case you access the profile and then you open it side by side with the proposal form and see. That is how you would be doing it.
Okay.
And to save the interview remarks for each candidate, yes, to that means that to basically write down the feedback for remarks for the candidate, not necessary to mention each candidate, because it should be the standard process for everyone who is actually shortlisted. To forward the information to the project manager, so forward, inform, communication, so these all things we need not to mention as requirements. Now you mentioned for the project manager that the for communication with HR. Similarly, the first point under HR, you mentioned that for communication with the project manager employees, no, they won't be using the system for that purpose. The system itself will get an like a automatic generated email the moment you submit a proposal form. The project manager submit a proposal form, it will automatically trigger email to the HR. You don't need to worry about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
from the HR perspective, let's say there are like 5 different project managers have raised the request for 10 different profiles, for example, each one or two, like that. So then, in order to check their profiles, they would be like able to see the all the proposals generated by the project managers. From the HR perspective, if they wanted to see what are all job openings, they should be able to see the job opening respective to each of the projects. Okay, that is how they can use the system, but it should not be that like we would be using the system for communication purpose. The communication in the sense, it will automatically generate an email. For example, the HR submits the job posting internally, so it is not that HR is talking to the employees, that it is just that the moment it is submitted, all the employees, one of the outcome of this particular activity is that the moment you submit the job posting internally, it should automatically trigger an email to all the employees within the organization. So that is what should happen. Is that clear?
yeah. So,
Automatically it should happen. That means that is the functionality. The functionality is that post the job internally. So the outcome of it, so when the job posting is done successfully, the outcome is that it should send an email to all the employees. The moment the screening feedback is entered and submitted in the system, it should automatically send an email to the project manager. That is how it should be.
okay,
Okay, right. Okay, so to forward the information, this is what like point 9, right? So to forward the information, so we don't use the system to forward the information. The system itself is built in such a way that you do some action on the system, the respective people would be notified directly. That is the that is the underlying outcome of the a particular functionality. Okay, in this case, especially with regard to this particular system.
okay. Yeah, I was expecting like if we want to click a forward button or update button, then that's the one the system is doing that.
Okay.
So,
So more than forward or update, it will be like kind of submission. So every
yeah,
time like you enter a screening feedback and submit, or you post the job internally and submit, or you, if you are interested, if you are an employee, if you would like to apply for a job, you
mm,
upload your profile and submit. So
yeah,
that will automatically take care of the subsequent step. That is how, because we don't want too much of manual process. Automatically the respective audience should be notified of that particular transaction.
okay,
Okay,
yeah,
right. So to get the approval from different departments, yes, to seek the approvals, to collect and store the feedback from candidate, to release the offer. Okay, send the offer letter using the document, signing the application. So probably we can put these two things together to be able to prepare the offer and submit it to the system. So
yeah,
automatically it will trigger an email to the candidate. To collect the data and save the data of onboarded candidate. So again, this particular action of collect the data and save the data of onboarded candidate, it should be more done from the candidate perspective. The candidate should be able to the moment HR gives a link, the candidate should be able to access the system with temporary ID and password, and they should be able to upload all the data, and all the data they should be able to and submit the respective certificates or the proofs. Respective
okay,
certificates are the proofs. So the department heads for communication. So communication, probably the common thing that you mentioned. You can refer department heads also as part of at least with regards to whatever the flow chart that we discussed, we haven't mentioned anything about the department heads.
Okay.
So internal employees to check the job posting, definitely. To apply for the job and check the status, yes. For internal communication with the HR, that is not the one. And to accept the job offer and sign the document signature, okay. So this part, okay, we have discussed, but fine, yeah. So that is quite possible. So for the internal employees also, like whenever if they are selected for a different team, so probably like just an agreement, that it will not be like an offer, full-time offer, it will be more like an agreement, so that will be signed by the internal employees. And coming to the candidate, to check the job posting in the company's site, to apply for the job and check the status. Okay, so yeah, so you can probably club together, or maybe like one. The third one probably like to be able to upload the certificates if selected. If the candidate is selected, to be able to access the application employment form, and should be able to fill in all the required details and submit the respective soft copies of the things. Actually, they would be, because as per the discussion we had, like candidate would be given a link with a temporary ID for the person who is already selected, who is selected through the interview process. So they would be accessing the system, filling in the employment form, the education details and the personal details, and they should be able to upload the certificates. That is what mentioned. So as per that, you can mention that point too.
Okay.
Onboarded employees, basically before the onboarding itself, the offer would be like accepted, to input their personal details. Again, so it can go under the candidates itself. So enter the details and submit. Okay, so with regards to your thing, project manager, HR, employees, and the candidate. These are the four stakeholders that we can see as per our discussions
Okay.
the other day. So there are one or two other people so that we can add actually. So definitely the external recruitment agency, they also access the system, like as Prachi mentioned. They also access the system to check the job posting and to apply for the job postings. The apply in the sense to upload the profiles of the potential candidates.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Anuja. Who would like to go next? Sri,
I'll go.
Sripada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall I? Okay. Yeah. I'm making you presenter. Sripada, I made you presenter. You can share your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
can see your screen.
yeah, this is my understanding. As per me, the first stakeholder is project manager. He
Mm-hmm.
should use the system to create new requirement for a candidate or shortlist the
Mm-hmm.
review of the resume, what the resume came to him, or conduct interview and collect the feedback from the interviewer and
Mm-hmm.
select reject the candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And HR stakeholder, why they are using the system to classify the job as per the requirement. They have to
Mm-hmm.
post job within the company or internally, or
Mm-hmm.
screening resume and forward it to the PM. Search
Mm-hmm.
resume from the database. That is for the database. There are some resume already stored in the database, the referral resume.
Mm-hmm.
Post job, then post job externally, receive feedback PM,
Mm-hmm.
get the approval from different departments and release offer to the candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Stakeholder is internal employees, apply for the
Mm-hmm.
job or upload own resume and upload
Mm-hmm.
resume third person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then job consultancy, they upload suitable candidate resume. Then
Mm-hmm.
the interviewer provide feedback about the candidate and the
Mm-hmm.
selected candidate who can provide safe detailed information.
Okay. Right, Sripanna. So one thing, like you have identified the stakeholders correctly, the project manager, HR, employee, the recruitment agency. and then the personal interviewers, sorry, the interviewers, and then the candidate. So you identified the stakeholders correctly. And only thing that I can suggest you is the purpose of using the system. Also, you have listed out to a maximum possible extent in a better, the in the correct way. But only thing is the wording should be changed. The
Okay.
wording should be changed. The reason being, like when we put down the requirements now, if you see like Prachi or like Anuja, so how they did it, to be able to submit, to be able to enter the feedback, to submit the to submit the internal job posting. So whenever we put down the requirement, there is a format. The user should be able to enter the proposal form and submit. The user should be able to post the job internally. So anyway, user here, you are putting under the name of a stakeholder already, the project manager, HR. It is implied that HR should be able to post the job internally. HR should be able to compare the profiles. HR should be able to check the suitability. HR should be able to release the offer. So that is all implied. But when we
Yeah.
put down the requirement, the sentencing format is very, very important. So it cannot be in a general format or in general text. It should be slightly modified. It's not that you need to be using extraordinary jargons and all that. That is not required. It must be in a simplest form, but there is a format where the user should be able to upload to the system and submit to the system, to be able to check the like status, to be able to like that. So that is how you should be writing down the statement with regards to purpose of using the system. More or less you identify the things properly, but only thing you have to correct the statement how you present the things. Okay.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Anyone would like to go? Others?
I would like to
Who
go
else?
next.
May I know your name? Sorry.
Priya Khari.
Okay, okay, just give me a moment, please. Yeah, so I'm making you presenter, Priya.
Okay.
Yeah, I made you presenter.
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Not yet. You can click on show my screen if you got the option. Yes. Yeah, I can see your screen now.
Okay. The first one is the project manager.
Mm-hmm.
He should be able to create the proposal and submit to the system.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, the filtered profiles by the HRs, he should be able to check the filtered profiles. He should
Mm-hmm.
give the detailed feedback from the HR,
Mm-hmm.
and he must be able to schedule interview from his side, and
Mm-hmm.
he should update his feedback also.
Mm-hmm. Update the feedback of the candidate. Okay. Yeah.
Next, the HR, he must be able to view the proposal from the project manager. He'll be
Mm-hmm.
able to post job internally and
Mm-hmm.
check the matched profiles from the database.
Mm-hmm.
He should be able to filter the applications applied internally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, if they are not matched, he should be able to post job externally. Then he'll screen the profiles and he'll schedule the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Next, he'll write the feedback of the candidates to the project manager. Next, he should also be able to view the feedback which is given from the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Next, he should be able to collect the details of the selected candidates. He should have the option to release the offer letter by sending email. Please ignore the product owner or client.
Okay.
Next, the internal employee, he must be able to view the posting. He should be able to apply for the job. The view results may be through the portal as well as the email. And he should have the option to accept or reject. It's the same with the job seeker. He must be able to view the posting, apply. This is the external job seeker. He should be able to apply for the job, and
Mm-hmm.
apply the sense by uploading the resume and details.
Mm-hmm.
He should be able to view the results, that is through email or the job portal,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
accept or reject the offer.
Okay.
The job portal, the external job portal, they must be able to post the description, the proposal of the job. They must
Mm-hmm.
filter the
So,
profile. Mm.
so how does job portal becomes one of the stakeholder for this particular system? Job portal is the
Oh
external
yeah,
portal, right? So the
yes,
recruitment
yes,
agency, like the recruitment
yeah.
agency. Okay. So
Sorry, that must be changed to the
okay, yeah. So that complete the below statements also should be changed because it's
Okay.
not in a proper manner. Yeah. So the other thing is job seeker view the results or email. So basically, so
Mm-hmm.
the email, the job seeker, who the external job seeker, the candidate,
Mm-hmm.
they would not be using this particular system to check the email. So that's not possible. So all that, what what I'm expecting is what exactly the functionalities that each of the users would be doing by using this system. The major
Okay.
functionality should be fine because so all these functionalities obviously subsequently lead to the next things. So the
Okay.
major functionalities that if you put down, so the internal employees view the job posting, apply for the job, so view the results. So view the job posting and apply for the job. So probably like we can put under one single statement. So
Okay.
the look for the job posting and apply for the job. So that can be put under one thing. And so write feedback and submit to the project manager. We don't submit it to the project manager. We submit to the system. The system will automatically would generate an email, and that email would go to the respective project manager. That is how the system needs to be developed. That's a different story. The development of this thing is a different story. For now, when we when we mention it, the HR should be able to submit the feedback to the system. That's it. We submit to
Okay.
the system. The rest of the actions, when we define the requirement in detail, step by step format, we define in such a way that it will trigger an automatic email. So obviously the developer has to develop it in such a way that whenever the HR submits the screening feedback or any interview round feedback, whatever it may be, and the system should be able to automatically revert that feedback to the respective project manager who has raised the proposal form or who has raised the job ID. So for them, the automatic email would need to be sent. So that is how we would be like mentioning that in the requirements in detail so that the developer has to develop it accordingly. Okay, is that clear?
Okay. Yes.
So other than that, yeah, so you have listed out the stakeholders properly, except the last one,
Job
and
portal.
also
Yes.
the purposes. Yeah, so also the purposes you put down in a proper form. Oh, sorry, you put down for HR and project manager correctly, but for the internal employees and all, probably the statement how it is published that should be like slightly be modified. That's absolutely fine. Obviously, you are doing it for the first time. So as we write down more and more requirements, so we get more idea about how to put down the requirement and how to put down these terms, especially when you are presenting it as the requirements. Okay, so for that, one thing that we can do is basically like you may be using a number of systems. Like some of you might be working part time, or some of you might be doing a full time job. So as part of that, you might be using some systems already. So what I suggest to all of you is look at your systems, look at these systems that you are using, and ask yourself this question: why these systems are developed? What is the purpose? Okay, so I am using it. So what are all the things that I am doing with the help of this system? So specific usages are maybe the major usages of you using that particular system, major purposes of you using the system. Identify the major purposes, list down the major purposes. So, and also you ask yourself, apart from me, or apart from people like me, like maybe like there are other 10 people who are also doing the similar activity like you, leaving aside these 10 people, who else, or who are the other designation people who would also use this system, and why do they use the system, what is the purpose it is solving for them. List down those things, then you will understand why the systems are developed. So obviously the systems are developed not for the sake of one person or two people. Constrict the broader audience in perspective. The systems are developed, the broader audience in the sense maybe 10 different users or 20 different users, depending upon the system, the system, the features that it is supported. There will be definitely more people who would be using the system, and all that. By understanding that, we get to know, okay, why these systems are developed, what is the purpose these systems are solving from the business perspective. It is not from the user perspective. You may be using the system for raising a help desk ticket. You may be using the system, like some of you may be using the system for checking the invoices and tracking the invoices. Some of you might be using the system for checking the sales or sales transaction. But that is just one purpose, or maybe couple of things that you may be doing. But from the overall business perspective, the system may be helping the user in tracking in real time the production issues or the real time help support issues, and tracking them to closure. So you may be doing a part of it, there are some other teams who may be doing it the rest of the things, so that the whole of the application in total, if you look at it, so the system is being used to track the production issues and make sure the production issues are closed, the production issues are closed successfully. And if there are any discrepancies, you generate a report in the same system. So that understanding is going to help a lot as you go on in your career. That understanding is going to help you a lot. So out of the homeworks that you have done, like all of you have done decently well. So if you see like listed down the stakeholders and listed down the purpose of using the system, uh, so but out of all, if I can say that, like the better way, like who has done the better way, if I have to say that, Prachi has done it very much close in terms of identifying the stakeholders, in terms of the listing down the purposes. Prachi, could you please share your screen once again, and we'll quickly have a look at what you have done. Just give me a moment, I'm going to make you presenter. Yeah, I made you presenter. Could you please quickly show your screen? And also I would like also mention like the stakeholders that we have, like you missed out. Yeah, so could you please okay. So the first one, the project manager. Yeah, so the project manager would be using the system to create the proposal form, like that is anyway, so I mentioned, to view the profiles of the shortlisted candidates. So obviously, the moment the HR submits the screening feedback, so that would automatically trigger an email to the project manager that so and so candidate has been shortlisted. So, but like that, there may be multiple people who might be shortlisted. So could you please share the spreadsheet once again? I think you have changed the screen. Yeah. So obviously, like once the screening feedback is done, there may be couple of profiles that may be shortlisted. As a project manager, I should be able to like look at the profiles which are shortlisted for a particular job ID, and to assign the shortlisted candidates to the interview team. Okay, so one of the purpose maybe, so I haven't mentioned that clearly, but anyway, so I mentioned that, okay, so the project manager, the moment they get the profiles, after the screening feedback, they need to be able to assign that to the respective the interview teams. The interview team is nothing but it's not very different. Obviously, like the team members of the project manager, like who they think the project manager thinks that there is a potential candidate, he can probably take the interview properly, who has like understanding of the complete project. They will appoint someone, maybe one or two people, to conduct the interviews based on again the role and designation, to assign the shortlisted candidate to the interview team to provide the feedback, the screening in like not the screening feedback, probably when the project manager has the final say whether to reject or select a candidate. So when they are rejecting or selecting a candidate, so obviously they need to put the comments, feedback, their final feedback, why they are rejecting a candidate, or why they are like accepting the or why they are selecting a candidate. They need to put down the comments, so that if the recruitment agency or if the candidate calls up the HR asking for like the feedback, what is the feedback, or probably like for the recording sake, the details need to be stored in the database why a particular candidate has been rejected or selected. To enter the final feedback, probably the last two things can be clubbed together. Uh, so under one. So ultimately, the project manager should be able to enter the feedback for the candidate. The human resource access the proposal form submitted by the project manager. So probably we are trying to put it as one proposal, and like we are talking from one project manager perspective. But when we talk about multiple projects, obviously multiple project managers would be raising a request based on job request or proposal form based on their project requirement. Every time they submit it, obviously that will be there in the like system, in the database, in in the system. So the HR, when they want to see all the proposals or different proposals generated by the project manager, they should be able to access the system for the proposal submitted by the project managers. So that means that they should be able to see all the open job proposals which are there in the system. So to check the profiles posted by the internal employees, so this can be clubbed with all the other ways. So check the profiles which are submitted internally, are the internal employees. Check the profiles which are submitted by the recruitment agencies. So that can be clubbed together against the job ID. So you should be able to see all the profiles which are submitted. So that is the meaning of it. And post the job internally. So one of the major purpose. So when I say the major purpose, so from the project manager perspective, to be able to submit the proposal is the major purpose. To be able to select or reject the candidate is major purpose. To be able to check the profiles, which is a major purpose. Similarly here, from the project manager, the HR perspective, HR should be able to post the job internally. HR should be able to post the job externally. HR should be able to check the submitted profiles. HR should be able to search for the profiles which are there in the database. HR should be able to search for the profiles which are there in the database. These are all the like main functionalities for which they would be using. Apart from that, all the other things, the rest of the things are the minor purposes. Yes, those are all the purposes, but then again, those would be covered in terms of priority. So those would be assuming the lower priority. Coming to the employees, to access the job posting and browse and upload the profiles. So for the employees, they should be able to see all the internal job posting. That is one, by using the same recruitment system, to be able to upload the profiles, and recruitment agencies, the external agencies, to temporarily log into the system. No need to mention temporarily log or whatever. So if you are giving the access, they should be able to see the job posting, and that is one. They should be able to upload the profiles of the suitable candidate for a particular job ID, and the candidate update and info and upload the document. So the candidate should be able to access the employment form, that to a selected candidate. So we can not generalize it in this case, but yes, so candidate, one of the responsibilities, they should be able to fill in the employment form and submit with all of the documentation. So some of the things that especially with regards to stakeholders, one of the stakeholders that Prachi has missed is the interview panel. The interview panel is the one, so that would be also using the system. So the moment every time the interview round 1 or round 2 is over, they will access the system to put in the feedback for the candidate, round 1 feedback and round 2 feedback, and they will submit it to the system. So once they submit, the system will automatically generate email. The system should generate email which should go to the project manager and the HR. Both the people should be notified that so and so candidate is done with the interview round 1 and the feedback is uploaded, interview round 2 and the feedback is uploaded, something of that sort. The mail would be generated to all the different people. Okay, so apart from that, so few other things that probably we can add it is one from the database team. So for all these things to work seamlessly, the database admin is the one who is responsible for granting the access. Though it is not discussed as part of our flow chart, obviously the database admin is the one who would also be using the system for managing the database and to be able to grant the access to the different people. So obviously the profiles and whatever the external profiles which would be managed by the database admin. So that's again that is not discussed as part of our flowchart workflow, so that could also be added. And from the employee perspective, so there is someone has put it actually, I don't know who, I don't remember who has put it. Yeah, so they have put it the Sriparna, I guess. So she has put it as employee referral process. There is something called as employee referral process. So in order as part of the employee referral process, if you want to submit any of your friends profile or any of potential candidate profile, you should be able to use the system to upload their profiles. You should be able to use the system for uploading their profiles. So that for that also the system can be used. Again, that is not discussed as part of the flow chart. That is not discussed as part of the flow chart. But then again, flowchart just as an example to identify all the possible alternatives, the flowchart is mentioned. That is not the complete guide for documenting these things. But okay, all right. So thanks everyone who has done this homework, who has tried doing it. And also I would like to mention why I have asked you to do this thing. The reason being, Prachi, could you please mute your mic? Mute your mic, whoever. Okay. So the reason why I have asked you to do is, so for any application, if you can identify the list of users and their purpose of using the system to an extent, around 20% of the extent, we are good with understanding of the things, understanding of the requirement. The moment you understand the purpose of using the system, that means you have got the perspective of why that application is there, the application is built, or why they need the application, because these many people are using it. Why do they want to use it? Okay, these are all the purposes for which they would like to use it. So that gives a good percentage of understanding of the need for that application, Again, the other purpose is, as I mentioned, in continuation with this one, I want to talk about something called as use cases. Use cases. So the use cases, what are use cases? Use cases are a way to write down the requirements in a particular format. The use cases are a way to write down the requirements in a particular format. For understanding the requirement, to be able to document this requirement, first we need to have the users and their their specific purposes. So we will take the exercise from here and we will continue with the use cases, where once I discuss about the use cases, what is the format, how do we present the requirements in that format, how to detail that information. Once we get the understanding, we'll be working on the detailed set of requirements with regards to whatever that we have identified here. So that's the reason why I've asked you to like come up with this thing with the case study. So one, we should be able to understand all the user perspectives. So when we talk about the BA role, it is to understand the system from like a 360-degree perspective. It's just not that you understand the system from your own perspective. It is not going to help. You have to understand from like all the perspectives, 360-degree perspective of the system. What is meant by 360-degree perspective? Apart from you or your kind of user, who are all the different people who would be using the system? If you could get that understanding or the detailed understanding, so that's when you can get the understanding of what is the purpose of having this particular application, and who are all the people, and like how to document the requirements and so on. You'll get the complete understanding of the things. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Before we wind up the session for today, so in the next session, anyways, I'll talk about the use cases. So before I end up the session, any questions, anything you would like to know, or any queries from the past discussions? No? Okay. All right. So with this, I'm going to stop here for today. In the next session, so we will talk about the use cases where how to write down the requirements in a particular format, how to detail the information to the maximum possible extent so that the developer can pick up and they should be able to develop the application. So we'll discuss that in the next session, that is tomorrow's session. So with this, I'm going to stop here for today. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.